Hello and welcome back to KXAN Plus. I am your host, Esmeralda Zamora, and today we have our Freddy's Weekend Watch segment with our KXAN meteorologist, Freddy Vela. Excuse me if I look to the side, we're having some technical difficulties and I'm having to look at my computer, but let me pull up our Freddy Vela. Freddy, thanks for joining me. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here. It's almost the weekend, and as you know, that's always my favorite time because we get to see what's going on across Austin and, of course, enjoy getting out and about, especially on wonderful weekends like this weekend.
Yeah, and we've had some rain in the forecast for several weekends here in July, so happy to maybe have a dry weekend this weekend.
Well, we'll get a little bit of rainfall, but it doesn't look like it's going to ruin anything that's planned so far. So even with that rain, I recommend don't worry about it and enjoy.
Well, what can you tell us about the forecast before we look at the events that you have planned for us?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to start with this one. Let's talk about this really quick because this is an important one and one that I really want to talk about because it's happening tomorrow on Friday. Thought that I'd throw it in my weekend watch because it's something really important and special to us here at KXAN. It's our annual Summer Fan Drive. It's on August the 1st from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we're encouraging you to bring fans and funds, and you'll have multiple drop-off locations, including KXAN and Roger Beasley Mazda. Within the Central, South, and Georgetown locations. So you have to head on out there. It's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And this is something we do every single year to help out those in need across Central Texas. Some people can't afford using their AC all day during the heat. Some people don't have air condition. And so this is a good way to make sure that they're all taken care of. Of course, this is something that overall, we've done to make sure that people are taken care of. And a lot of people question, can a fan actually help out? And the answer is yes, it can. A box fan can make a world of difference in the temperature within a home because you have to remember, without AC, the temperatures inside of a home, can really rise, and then the air becomes very stagnant. And it's just not a good environment for people. So a lot of people can't afford using a fan or an AC unit. This is a better alternative, putting that box fan there, kind of making everything clear out and feel better. So anyway, Summer Fan Drive, that is going on this Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Esmeralda, I recommend everyone come out, be a part of this, and let's make this the biggest fan drive ever.
Yeah, and the entire KXAN team, well, most of the team is going to be out there helping, picking up some donations. And like you mentioned, in this Texas heat, even if you do have AC, your house can get really hot from that sun. And having a fan saves energy and it helps a lot, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then so we're going to have Kristen Curry out there early in the morning. Starting off, Tommy House will be out there early in the morning, and then it'll switch over. Our chief meteorologist, Nick Bannon, is going to be out there in the middle of the day. I'll be out there towards the afternoon. Rich Siegel will be out there in the afternoon, and you can be part of this. So you'll be able to meet meteorologists, reporters, anchors, all different types of people out there in order to, get you out there too, because we really want you to come on out. And again, just buy a box fan. They're not very expensive at all.
You can find inexpensive ones for sure.
For sure. And in fact, I remember last year, because the fan drive was in July at the time, for that one, we moved it because of what happened, all across Central Texas. But I remember last year, it was one of my first weeks here. And I remember being out there, and I remember one person coming in and donating 10 fans. And we helped them all out. It was so cool to see that. And the thing he told me, and I'll never forget it, is I'm privileged. I want to make sure other people have that privilege too.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot to me. And to see him bring all those fans in, to know that those fans went to help out people across Central Texas, it just meant a lot. So be part of this Summer Fan Drive. That's tomorrow, Friday, August 1st, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you can't go out and buy a fan, come to the studio on MLK. We're actually going to have a QR code that you can scan and you can donate money. So that way we can go out and purchase more fans. So even if you don't have time to go buy a fan, you can still donate online, KXAN.com. We're going to have the QR code there. You can donate as well. So just be part of this. It's a fantastic thing. And I would love for us to beat last year's numbers. Like 100%. I want to beat last year's numbers.
For sure. We have a live question here from one of our Facebook viewers. It's Andy Sevilla, and he said, "Will Jim Spencer be there?"
So unfortunately, Jim is not here. He was going to be here for the last one, but because of the change of date, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it to this one. But he's going to send a video. He's going to encourage everyone. He's going to pop up on social media and encourage everyone to be out there. And I know why he's asking about Jim Spencer, because Jim was a huge proponent of getting this done and making this well known. We all love Jim Spencer, and I was texting him and I said, "Jim, we really want you here. How can we make this happen?" Unfortunately, he wasn't going to be able to make it. He's out of the country. But we hope that we can honor Jim's legacy of everything he's done before and build on top of that with this fan drive.
And Andy, I'm sure Jim would want you there donating as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I will make sure that Jim sends a social media post so that way everyone can see him encouraging people to come out.
Yes. Well, we have our fan drive, but that's not the only event that we have this weekend. What else do you have for us, Freddy?
Yeah, so let's talk about the weather now and what it's going to be like for Saturday and Sunday, because we talked about the fan drive. As we get into the weekend, we're going to look at that 30% chance of rainfall, especially as we get out towards Saturday. I mean, not the biggest rain chances in the world, and not everyone is going to see rainfall, but we all have a chance of seeing some isolated to scattered showers out there. Temperature sitting about 98 degrees. But remember, if you get some cloud coverage, if you get some rainfall, especially if it becomes prolonged, which I don't expect it will be, but if it does become prolonged, then we do anticipate for temperatures to drop a bit and see us move away from 98 degrees, which would be a great thing. But 98 looks like what we're going to hit for Saturday, 98 on Sunday. Better chance of rainfall on Saturday than on Sunday, so just keep that in mind. So let's take a look at what it looks like overall. I started the clock here on today to let this run out throughout the rest of the day today. Partly cloudy skies, nothing major here. It's what we've seen the past couple of days. Still going to see hot conditions. I don't expect us to hopefully hit 100 degrees, but it looks like we could reach that again. Today's forecast keeps us at least within that range, so we do have that ability to at least hit 100 to 101, which, by the way, 101, that's the maximum temperature we've hit this year, and our peak heat day is coming up on August 10th.
No.
On average, yes, it's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing, because think about it. If that's your peak, where do you go?
Down.
Back down.
And we haven't reached that high yet so far in July, so that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, let's see. We hit 101 degrees last week. We hit 101. I was off a couple of days, so apologies. Mm-hmm. I know we hit 101 this week. I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, but we do have that ability to do it again today. Hopefully not. And in fact, I was talking to Kristen Curry. We actually looked at the calendar from 2022. There were only 2 days that year in July that we didn't hit triple digits.
Wow. So kind of similar to this year.
Well, okay, it was reversed this year. This year, we stayed away from triple digits, and only 2 days we stayed within, we hit
so
triple
that year we only didn't hit it 2 times.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, once on July.
In 2022, do you remember that year?
No, I don't. But that was the only year, or that year, we only hit the 90s twice. Every other day in July was triple digits.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really hot that year. Anyway, all right, let's talk about rainfall. So I did mention that Friday we could see maybe a scattered shower or two. Should be in the afternoon, around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. We could have some showers and heavy rainfall come in. It's real quick moving. Doesn't look like it's going to be all that much. Once we get out towards Saturday, a better chance of seeing some rainfall there. We play this out a bit more. You can see that as we get into the afternoon, get some of that daytime heat. That's what we'll see some of the showers kind of roughly run through. And then as we look out towards Sunday, chance of rainfall starts to drop. All right, so let's talk about some of the events, because I know that's what everyone's tuning in for, not only the weather and what to expect for the next couple of days, but events that are going to be going on. So let's talk about the second one. This is the Moonlight Movie Night. This is so cool. This is happening on Friday, August 1st at 7:30, so another Friday event. This is going to be at Old Settlers Park at Palm Valley. And the movie that they're going to be doing is National Treasure. The cool thing is that this is free for everyone. You can all come to this. They're going to have food and drinks to buy there. And the really cool thing is they're going to have a scavenger hunt right before the event. So they're asking you to show up at 7:30 to be part of the scavenger hunt. And then at 8 o'clock, they'll start the movie. So at 7:30, they'll have different things. So the really cool thing is you can go to their social media right now, and you can go to their website, and we have a link to their website on our website, kxan.com. But on there, you'll be able to get the not the cues, the clues. I don't know why I said cue. The clues for the scavenger hunt. So their social media and and go to their website, and that's where you'll get the clues of the scavenger hunt itself. So Moonlight Movie Night, just search that up on Facebook, I believe is what they told us to use. And you'll be able to find out all the clues, and you'll go on your own scavenger hunt. And then at 8 o'clock is National Treasure. So you got to check it out. Again, this is free for everyone, and they're going to have food and drinks that you can purchase there. I believe they're going to have their own seats, but I'd take your own seat just in case. Blankie maybe, so that we can sit on the floor, and then you can enjoy the movie.
Yeah, this is similar to that event that we featured last week. It was a movie in the park as well, right?
Yeah. By the way,
Did
last week, no. But last week when I talked about Twice, the K-pop band, and you and I were like, we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I got a ton of messages about that, about how do you not know who Twice is? And then the other thing is they just announced the Lollapalooza, the Lollapalooza feature that's happening starting today on Hulu, and they're on there. Twice is performing on Sunday night.
Wow. So I guess we can figure out who Twice is and watch them live, right?
I didn't know. I think that's showing that I'm getting a bit older now, that I don't know who Twice is. But yeah, apparently they're gonna be performing on Sunday. So anyway, check it out. And then by the way, the one you were talking about was the Red Food Truck Park, I believe, in San Marcos.
Yeah.
Okay,
they still have some there too, right?
They have one this Saturday. Saturday or Friday?
I think that you said it was Clueless.
Or
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
It's Legally Blonde. So San Marcos, you have another movie that you can go watch for free at the food truck park there. You'll have to go to last week's article. I have the link on there. You can click on it, and it actually has the details for it. So you can go watch Legally Blonde there as well. By the way, Legally Blonde, the musical, really good. You guys should check it out. All right, let's talk about another event, Esmeralda. We have another one that I want to talk about. This one is near and dear to my heart.
It sounds like it's near and dear to your heart.
And I will definitely be there. If you see me there, take a picture. I'll probably be dressed up as a Pokemon trainer. Anyway, Austin PokeCon. That's happening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's at Taylor, Texas. This is going to be at the Williamson County Expo Center. The kickoff party is actually Friday from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's why it starts on Friday. But then Saturday and Sunday is the actual convention floor. We get to walk around. You'll be able to buy from different vendors. You're going to have all different types of things Pokemon. You're going to have a trading card game tournament. They're going to have trivia. They're going to have video game tournaments, Pokemon Go battles. They're going to have Pokemon Stadium.
Trading.
Pokemon Coliseum. Yeah, trading that you'll be able to do. There was another, Scarlet and Violet. So if you have Scarlet or Violet, they'll have Pokemon battles there for that one. They'll have a cosplay runway, which is so cool.
Wow.
They're going to have this runway thing, and everyone's going to be able to sit around, and then they'll be able to watch as people come around. You can take pictures. It'll be really cool. It's a lot of fun. By the way, kids 7 and under are absolutely free. Austin PokeCon, that's happening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And if you want to stay away from the rain chances, this is it sounds like so much fun event to stay indoors and still have fun, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then the thing with this one is, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. My favorite Pokemon is Mew, by the way, if anyone wants to know. Number 151, my favorite. But I don't know. I just really like Mew. If I had to move away from a legendary and go regular, I would say Abra. The whole Abracadabra, Alakazam line, that's got to be my favorite. You can tell I'm old because I'm all about the original Kanto Pokemon.
Who would you cosplay?
Who would I cosplay as? Well, I cosplay once as a Pokemon trainer. Yeah, so I would say that. But,
If you had to pick a Pokemon, which one would you cosplay? No trainers, no people.
If I had to pick a Pokemon to cosplay, I would cosplay as... Lucario would be really cool to do. I think Lucario. I think that'd be a really cool one. I was trying to look up the photo, but I can't find it right now. But I do have a photo of me in Pokemon cosplay. You know what? I will, on purpose, I'll put it on my social media after this.
Yeah.
So go to my social media, Freddy Vela TV on Facebook and Instagram and X.
Let me see if I can pop it up so that they can see. There we go. Freddy Vela TV.
Freddy Vela TV. There it is. So go right there on Instagram, Facebook, or X. Or TikTok if you want. I got that too. I'm not going to put it on TikTok though. But anyway, so follow me there, Freddy Vela TV. And then that way you can, and I'll post that right after we're done here so that way you guys can check it out. But it was a cool cosplay that I did. I was a Pokemon trainer. I had a little Pokeball, I had a little Pikachu and everything.
So cute.
I was like 50 pounds lighter. So, it was easier to do. Now it's a little harder.
I bet you could still do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's keep going. As we look at our next forecast and what we're going to be experiencing over the weekend, I did mention that we do have that chance of rainfall. So let's play this out a bit more through our European model. This is a wider view, so you can see exactly what's going to be happening over the weekend, not only for Austin, but for any other part of Texas you may be going through. You can actually see how much moisture is going to be flowing in over the next few days, all the way through Sunday and even into Monday. So I'm giving Monday still a 10% chance of seeing a few showers before things die off as we get out towards Tuesday. So let's talk about the next event and what's going to be happening here. We can actually see that the next really cool event, and I've been dying to talk about this one, this is the Zilker Summer Musical, Bring It On. That's right, Bring It On is happening, and this is happening every Thursday through Sunday all the way through August 16th. So you still have a couple of weekends to check it out. It's an absolutely free musical for everyone, but donations are welcomed as well. Now, this is a musical based on the hit movie Bring It On, which is so cool. Their show times are at 8:15. They have two different areas that you can sit on. They have one that's a little closer and down to the ground, so they encourage you to bring, I think they're called ground chairs?
Or lawn chairs?
They're like lawn chairs, but they don't have legs. They sit on the ground.
Oh, they sit on the ground.
Yeah, so they encourage you to bring those if you want to sit a little closer within the auditorium. But they also have like a hill on the back, which is why it's called the Hillside Theater. Anyway, so that's going to be towards the back, and there you can bring lawn chairs. So it's going to be at the Zilker Hillside Theater. I didn't put it on here, but it's on the article. So that way you guys can check it out. It's free for everyone. And then they actually have special shows for different needs. So they have an ASL show. They have a show for sensitivity issues. They have they have other shows. I can't remember all of them right now. But anyway, they encourage you to check it out. Zilker Summer Musical, Bring It On. Check it out if you get a chance. Were you a big Bring It On fan?
I definitely was.
Then you got to check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And they do this every year. Last year was actually Legally Blonde, the musical.
Oh, really? And it was free?
And it was free.
That's the best part to me.
Yeah. So anyway, so check it out. Bring It On, the musical. That's happening Thursday through Sunday. Showtime is at 8:15, so get there a little early. You're encouraged to bring some water to stay hydrated, especially because we could have some heat. All right, let's talk about the last one, and this one's really cool.
The sweetest one.
This is so cute. If you have a child who is learning to read, who has just learned to read, we're talking about ages 4 through 6, 4 through 7, very young children here. This is happening at the Wells Branch Community Library, and it's Read to a Therapy Dog. It's going to be happening Saturday, August 2nd from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., so only about an hour, and they're encouraging children around 4 years old, 5, 6, even 7 are invited, really just children who are beginning to learn how to read. This is really cool because what they're encouraging you to do is to come on out. They have some therapy dogs that will be there. The child will be able to pick out a book, bring it over, and read to a therapy dog. I was an elementary teacher, and I don't want to get emotional because this means a lot to me. As an elementary teacher, it was always you always try to find a way to help kids have that courage and to build up that strength to be able to read out loud, because a lot of kids do have stage fright. A lot of kids aren't confident in their reading abilities. And so I remember what I would do as a teacher is I would take my second graders and my third graders to the pre-K 3 and pre-K 4 kids. And I would have them pick out books, and they would sit with the different kids, and they would read aloud to the kids, to the other kids. And the whole purpose was for them to gain that confidence, because children love to read. They just don't ever have that confidence to do so. A lot of them don't. I loved to read when I was a kid, but I know that there were other kids that didn't. And to have that ability to have a child go out and sit down, pick a book, and just be comforted by a dog and just read to the dog.
That is so sweet.
I mean,
so sweet.
Yeah, it just meant a lot to me, when my kids did it, and to hear that they're allowing for other kids to do it as well. So Read to Therapy Dog. This is really cool. It's going to be at the Wells Branch Community Library on 15001 Wellsport Drive in Austin, Saturday, August 2nd from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Pick a book, Read to Therapy Dog. It's free. Yeah, there's nothing better than that.
Nothing better than that. All of these events, or most of these events, are free. So if you're looking to save a buck this weekend, these are some great events to attend and enjoy and stay away from rain chances. Or if you want to be in the rain, go watch Bring It On the musical and enjoy some fun there.
It's going to be fun no matter what, so we encourage you to go.
And we have your article here on our website. It's titled We Can Watch PokeCon in Austin. And don't forget the KXAN Fan Drive. You can find this on our homepage. Freddie, what is in this article that our viewers can find when they read along?
Yeah, so you'll be able to have the weekend weather there. It'll talk about the fan drive. I have links to everything that you need to know for each one of these events, and you'll see those highlighted in blue. So head on out, go to KXAN.com, and then go to any of these events, no matter where you're at, Round Rock, Taylor, Austin, and be part of these really, really cool events. I encourage you to get out and enjoy Austin, because Austin's the place to head out and be part of the community.
Yes, it is. Well, Freddie, thanks so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you here again for our Weekend Watch segment. We do this every Thursday at around 9:30 a.m., but it could change here and there. If you are watching on our KXAN Plus streaming app, you can definitely rewatch these episodes whenever you'd like. So if you want to jump back into the video and hear us talk about an event, or you missed something, you can totally do that there. Freddie, where can they download that app?
Yeah. Oh, you're testing me again. Apple TV, Samsung TV, Roku, or Fire Stick.
Yes, we're on all the platforms. Anywhere you stream, find the KXAN Plus app in the App Store, completely free. Thank you for joining us, Freddie. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.